President Crow. My name is jmyers, and I am an online student at Arizona State University. Thank you for inviting me to submit my proposal to establish a food policy council for ASU. One of the primary food system challenges that university students face is the loss of food security and the transition from living at home to living on one's own. At-risk groups to focus effort upon include freshmen adjusting to independence, second-generation immigrants who may have come from households lacking access to supportive resources, and international students who may currently lack resource access. This lifestyle shock makes it important to provide immediate relief to food insecure individuals, but it also provides an opportunity to instill food secure habits and skills in these students so that they can learn to maintain food security for themselves in the future and improve their food systems with the examples set by ASU. The Arizona State University Food Policy Council would be dedicated to improving the food systems across its campuses and within the community by promoting student access to healthy, affordable, and diverse foods, advocating for groups who are most vulnerable to food insecurity, and supporting sustainable food provisioning strategies through interdisciplinary collaboration and innovation. In order to build relations across the university and within the surrounding community, ASU's FPC's governance structure must be inclusive and approachable. To operate, the council must have 6 members to hold primary positions, including chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, food access advisory board director, and policy development committee manager. Council members are elected positions and must be filled before subcommittee managers are elected. Both ASU faculty and students are eligible for council positions, with one of each represented as the chair and vice chair. Once a position is filled, it will not be up for election again for 1 year, and a council member can remain in their position for a maximum of 4 years. A council member can be unseated if their actions are determined to be against the council's values outlined in the mission statement. Anyone from the community or ASU can attend and speak at monthly meetings, become a voting member by attending more than 50% of the FPC meetings held in an academic year, and participate in subcommittee projects. Voting members are included in Food Policy Council elections, but can only vote on policy action if more than 50% of the majority present closed circle of council members vote to host a public vote. The FPC's governance structure includes the core executive board, food access advisory board, and policy development committee to ensure that the policy action plan, which will be voted upon at the beginning of the academic year, includes an assessment of multiple dimensions within food access. Supporting subcommittees include equitable representation, outreach, community engagement, food education, environmental impact, and monitoring and evaluation to ensure that the FPC develops a well connected vision for a sustainable food system which reflects the needs of different actors within it. Our greatest priority is to influence policies which provide equitable food security across the downtown Phoenix, Tempe, Polytechnic, and West Valley campuses at ASU. The Food Policy Council would begin to accomplish this by expanding, strengthening, and reviving the programs already in place or previously attempted at ASU, which support healthy food access, food procurement, transportation, and food waste reduction. To name a couple, the Fresh Food and Local Market, which took place on the Tempe campus, could be revived and expanded to all 4 campus commons, and collaborate with the Pitchfork Pantry to feature a token system so that vulnerable students might pay less for fresh food. The accomplishments of the Garden Commons on the Polytechnic campus could be leveraged and applied to student housing on all campuses. Experienced faculty and student volunteers could share their knowledge with new gardeners. The $150 ASU transit pass could be adapted to better serve students who are vulnerable to food insecurity by reducing, waiving, or segmenting the cost of the pass. It would also we would also like to advocate for Metro Valley bus stops to be positioned within a 10-mile walk of all student housing complexes, with first priority being freshman housing. Additionally, the FPC would work with student housing organizations, academic departments, and skilled professionals in the community to build the long-term food security skills of students by providing free workshops and information on financial budgeting and planning, meal planning and preparation, and food procurement. The emphasis on building community relations may cause initial positive outcomes to take some time to become apparent. Becoming a well established FBC will involve consistent public awareness and communication efforts, networking, and progress monitoring. Once those efforts are put forth, we expect to begin seeing an increase in organizational development and satisfaction with the Food Policy Action Plan, motivated and indicated by member feedback on internal surveys. We also expect to see a high level of community and university wide connectedness, participation, and innovation indicated by diverse, interdisciplinary representation among council members, increased attendance at FBC meetings and food security workshops, and a high accomplishment rate of tasks outlined in the annually adapted action plan. FPC accomplishments would be documented and publicized on ASU FPC's social media platforms. Finally, the most important outcome we hope to see is improved food security among ASU students, indicated by decreasing claims of food insecurity collected through student housing surveys with emphasis on freshmen. I hope that you will give this proposal your consideration. Thank you for listening.